What's going on, guys? Your favorite nerd here, DK, back with another Lost Cloudia video. Today we're actually going over farming and how I'm doing things at the moment. I know that units right now are being crazy right now with the clusters that are needed to max them out on the ability board. So this video is going to help you guys out into getting these clusters and whatnot. And I'll also go over red crystals and crystallite and rainbow as well. But first we're going to go through the trading spaces because this is stuff that is definitely missed. So first we're going to go ahead and go to the event page right now. So when you do your events, you do get some kind of currency, coins, metals, but you want to make sure that you cash out all this stuff for clusters, crystallite, and I think they even have rainbow crystals. Yeah, rainbows. So yeah, make sure you guys are cashing this stuff out. Don't miss out on these event points and these event items. As you can see, I've purchased everything. Like I said, these characters just require so much attention these days. You know, between 7 to 10 clusters per ability. It's wild. You know, back then it was only like 2, maybe 3. But you can actually get them in there. If you are doing paid pulls, you can have a chance to get clusters in here as well. Most of the time, you're not going to be able to use them to buy the paid items if you're not going for that kind of stuff. So definitely cash out on these because they do disappear, and we definitely don't want you to miss out on that. As far as the free pulls, you do not free pulls, but the non-paid pulls, you do get medals for this. So here you get uh, clusters as well. You won't go for the pity stuff on the arcs. So you definitely want to just kind of stick to the clusters. It's 30 per cluster. So if you do, 3 pulls on the non-paid side, you can get up to 1 cluster. But like I said, these disappear, so you just want to double check this stuff before the month ends so that you don't miss out. Also, friend points. If you're stacking friend points like I am, I'm glad I've actually been saving up these because in here they have put in clusters and crystallite and crystal. So for crystallite, you can get up to 20 a day per color. You can get up to 5 a day. I'm sorry, 10 a day on crystals, and then for clusters you can get up to 5 a week. They are a little costly, but it's definitely worth it. As you can see here, I've already purchased all the red and all the purple. So definitely check that weekly so that you make sure you don't miss out on that. And finally, the Alchemy Lab. This is another area where I have been using it quite a bit. Here you can trade in your clusters that you're not clusters, your crystallite and your crystals that you're not using, and create stuff that you do need. 1 rainbow creates 1 of each, and I believe 1 of each create 1 rainbow. So you definitely want to just check with this stuff to make sure you're not missing out. So let's actually get to the actual farming part of this video. This one will be longer because I am doing this in a series so that these videos don't take too long. I don't want to take too much of your time. I want you to guys get to the grind so that you can get your ability boards up and get this game rolling. So first, we're going to go, the first cluster we're going to talk about is red. Now this method is a manual and a sleep method, which I am mostly using the sleep method. We're actually going to jump right into it. It is at the Orok Forest, 6-3. This is actually the newest part of the story that came out with the Lilibet character. So just to kind of give you an idea of what I look for and stuff like this, so that you guys can keep an eye out as well. I like to keep it at 1 color on the cluster. So as you can see, the 5-star item here is going to be a single red cluster, so that's why chances here are going to be a lot higher. You definitely want to stay away from the the multiple colors like blue, red, and green. Though all 3 will be in one fight, and who knows what you'll get. So as you can see, red is super important to me right now. I feel like I just can't keep them in my inventory. Everything costs an abundance. Like strength is always going to cost a bunch of red. So this is the one I try to stick to the farming methods like pretty hard. So for this one, you can do it on normal. I actually don't. I do it on hard. But you can definitely, if you're not able to complete it on hard, definitely try to do it on normal. But for this method, I'm going to go ahead and show you a manual version, and then I'll just talk to you about how the auto one works. Keep this video short for you guys. So I am using the hard mode. So you can see here we are getting crystallite fragments, purple crystallite, rainbow, purple crystals, and then rainbow crystals, and then a chance to get red crystallite and crystals. So the reason why I like these resources here is because you can get pretty much anything as far as the crystallite and the crystals. So, but the main thing we're going after here is the clusters. So, I've had a lot of people asking me about where to get them. So, this is what I'm doing so far. So, I'm doing the sleep method, and this is basically putting it on auto run. And when I start off on 0 because of how taxing all these items, I mean, how these abilities are these days. And when I'm waking up, I'm getting anywhere between 15 to 25 clusters in my inventory. So it's working out great for me right now. And I thought I'd just share this with you guys so you guys get stuff rolling. So we're gonna go ahead and run this. If you have a support that like Zakes with the Beast Hunter arc or a Phantom Thief with Beast Hunter, definitely use them in the manual mode only. You don't want to run a support in the non-manual one. I mean in the auto one, because you don't know what character you're going to get. It could be an overpowered character who kind of ruins the chances of picking up items. So as we can see here, it looks like I'm not going to have a support to help me out here. Actually we do. We can go ahead and use him. So for the characters that I'm using right now, it's going to be Yashimaru, Phantom Thief Robin, and Nocturne Lily. Let me see if I say it right. I always call her Lily. Inka Illy. Tinkilly. These freaking names, man. Yeah, we're just gonna call her Nocturne. Just gonna know that name for a second. So for Yashimaru, we're gonna run the Beast Hunter arc. Now this is gonna be a manual mode, and the reason why we're doing this as a manual mode is that because of Beast Hunter has an active skill that gives you a chance to drop items from all enemies once per enemy. Mouthful. Alright, this is great for manual because you can activate it. It does not work on auto. It will not do it automatically. So for this, if you're going to do the auto mode, go ahead and put a arc that has a high attack and a high defense so that you can keep your units alive. Same thing goes for Phantom Thief Robin. High defense, high attack. We want to make sure that no one dies during this process. I did run a couple arcs on them and they died. And I was only basically running them too, and it just didn't work out for me. So now that I'm running a support, it's actually a lot better now, and I'm using, you know, good arcs. So for Nocturne, I'm using the Great War. What's it called again? Great War of Ruin. So this is a UR arc. It's actually really useful, and I'll go ahead and read the greatest part about this arc is that the item drop rate is at 1.5. So this is going to increase my drop rate on this level, and then my support also. He is a farmer, so this is going to support me. But with Nocturne, I keep her, I don't have any attacks on her, no magic. I don't want her interrupting my farmers. So she is basically just a healer and a debuffer for the enemy team. So she is running God Heal to make sure that these guys don't die, and a couple of debuff status stuff. So that's just how I'm doing things. You guys can do whatever you want as far as, you know, buffing, non-buffing, whatever characters you have, you know, whatever needs to be done to make it work. Definitely do some testing for yourselves. But this is just my method. So we're going to go ahead and start this real quick. And I'm also going to show you when to use the Beast Hunter arc, because that is very important. So she kind of does her own thing. I don't really mess with her. I just kind of take control of the farmers. So usually it's about a 6 to 7 hour sleep cycle that I have. So within 6 to 7 hours, I'm waking up to, you know, 15 to 20. I think the highest I've gotten is 25 of the clusters. You can see here, we're doing great damage. Everybody's still alive. We got a couple poisons, no big deal. But I want you guys to make sure that you're not using that Beast Hunter arc between rounds 1 and 4. Now, if you are running 2 Beast Hunter arcs, if you'd like to use, basically the only way you run 2 is if you have a support that has it, and that will be only on manual mode. You don't want to do that. You don't want to run a support on auto. But if you are running a manual mode and you have 2 Beast Hunters, you can either do both Beast Hunters on wave 5, or you can do 1 on 4 and 1 on 5. You don't want to use it between 1 and 3. It's just a waste. High chances of a cluster being on 5. The chances of a cluster being on 5 are very high. I have yet to have any luck with doing anything before, so we already got 1 chest. And if you guys want to check out how you're doing on the chest, you can go ahead and stick your little book up here, and as you can see, I've already dropped 5 chests. we are on wave 4 right now. No, we're on wave 5. Alright guys, so this is when you want to drop your Beast Hunter arc. We're going to go ahead and do that, and this is, man, there's so many enemies on this map. We're going to do that, and looks like we got a bunch of just basic chests. Like I said, this isn't a guaranteed method every round, but this is what I'm doing for my grind every night. Make sure when you guys are doing the sleep method, make sure that you guys are putting your phone brightness all the way down so that you don't waste your battery. I have yet to kill my phone doing this. My phone doesn't overheat, so don't be worried about stuff like that. I know it's kind of scary just to kind of leave your stuff on all night. I was even a little scared, but I haven't had any issues. I've actually had a little bit of anxiety waking up in the middle of the night just to check to make sure my phone's alright. But you know, guys, it works out really well. So don't get discouraged. You know, just do it one night in a row. Test it out. See what you guys think. And if it works out for you, awesome. So when you're doing the auto mode, they will use their specials, and hers is actually great because it debuffs the enemies. It does a little bit of damage, but it mostly debuffs them. As you can see there, it does a little bit. It doesn't do a lot. Oh yeah, because I use Great War. No big deal. So we're about to finish this here. Like I said, the chances of me getting a cluster on video right now probably are pretty low, but just like I said, give it a shot tonight once you guys see this video. If it works, throw me a comment and tell me how it went for you guys. So let's see what we got here. We didn't get any clusters, but as you can see, guys, look at those resources. We got crystallites, we got, and you know, rainbows. Rainbows are super taxing. It's even in the, you know, what is it, the daily when you complete all your missions, you get what, like, you can have a chance to get 3 of these. That's how taxing they are. So it's a great area to get multiple stuff here. And like I said, if you already have an abundance of something, you can go in and swap it out in the Alchemy lab. So make sure you guys are doing that as well. So this is where I'm getting the red clusters. So definitely check this out, try it out. Like I said, I am living proof that I've been getting between 15 to 20. If you are a little bit on the lower level, try the regular mode, see how that works out for you. Also, the other place you can go for Crystallite and red crystals could be the lava caves. Here you can actually just do these on hard. The best place I did for Crystallite and the red crystals will be right here at 1-12. You can do an auto mode on this, sleep on it, but you're only going to get crystals and Crystallite here, where the other method you're going to kind of get a bunch of stuff, everything, tons of resources. So just to kind of give you like a heads up on what I've gotten so far, as you can see from today, I already got 4. I think I only played that for about an hour. I was able to get 4 of them out of that level that we just showed right now. I was actually at 0 on the Crystallite fragments, and when I woke up, I was at 1193. Not 1193, but like 1100 and something, and that was during a 2-day period. So it was 2 nights that I did this, and I was at 0, and now I woke up to, you know, now I'm at 1100 in 2 days. Same thing goes with the rainbows. I was completely at 0, maxed out from this collab, and I woke up and I was at 75, which is actually plenty to get you started on a lot of this stuff on the ability board. So guys, that's actually all I have for you today. I definitely want you guys to try this out and see how this works out for you, because it's working for me 100%. If you guys have any questions on how I did, you know, certain things, please, I have a Discord now. It's going great. I have it on my computer pretty much all the time. So just shoot me a message and we can discuss it on there, or leave a comment. If you enjoyed the video and it was very helpful and you wake up rich on clusters, please jump on, leave a like, subscribe. Whatever you guys can do will help me out. But you guys have a great night, and look out for the next video for the next cluster.